Ben Postlethwait. I currently am the state director for the Kansas chapter of the Nature Conservancy. I graduated from Fort Hays State in 1999. You know, so growing up as a kid, I always had I felt a responsibility to protect these natural spaces that we interact with. I've always been very interested in the outdoors, hunting, fishing, but I always felt that there was a responsibility to protect our natural resources in the state, even as a young kid. So that's really what kind of drove me into the field that I'm in. Was really focused on natural resource protection, and I always felt that responsibility to be a good steward. So that it's a bit of a story, but so growing up as a youngster, I played a lot of sports. I knew I wanted to play sports in college. I knew I wanted to go into biology in college. Fort Hays had a great, and still does have a great biology program, but it also afforded me the opportunity to play sports in college. And it's not to say that I was a great collegiate athlete or anything like that, but I had the opportunity to play at Hays. So I was really focused on being able to advance my education. I knew they had a strong biology program. I was very interested in playing sports at Hays, and I played football out there for a couple of years. Again, wasn't a significant athlete, but it was fun. And really when I went on campus visits, but when I was still in high school, the feeling I had about Hays was this, it really felt like a community when I went out to visit. And so being able to pair the athletic pursuits that I wanted to get into, the academic pursuits that I was interested in, and then also the community that I felt like Hays provided, it was pretty significant. You know, what I say to folks when they're young is be prepared to say yes to a lot of things, be prepared to extend yourself a bit. And so what I would say is how I dealt with it was I kind of accepted that life was going to be very hectic at that point in time. And again, I did not play all 4 years while I was in school. So, but yeah, it was just a matter of kind of accepting that things were going to be hectic, but also kind of enjoying the unique opportunity that provides to be a student athlete, and then be able to focus on my academics at the same time as I was focused on going to practice and dealing with everything that came with that. But honestly, the neat thing about it was at Hays, I would say what I experienced was the university was very supportive of student athlete and the demands and the responsibilities that entails. So we had a lot of resources to help us understand how to balance all of that. And again, I go back to that feeling of community. I mean, it was great. You had a good support system around you to do all those things. And it made it very enjoyable to know that both the coaches and my academic, the professors that I was working with were all they felt like they were all kind of rowing in the same direction at Hays. Everybody's in it for the same mission. So it really felt like home. I went to a small high school. I graduated with 27 students. And it was great to step into a university that was large enough to feel like I was doing something significant, but small enough to still feel like a community. It was easy to find help in the city of Hays. It was easy to find help and on campus with staff and other students. So I would say it's the community aspect. You can't beat the feeling of going to school in a small big town. And Hays being the town that it is in that part of the state, it is the big town, right? So I would say that the community is really something to look at. And frankly, it's just it's a great feeling when you're in a town like that, able to participate in the collegiate experience and the collegiate life, but also be involved in the community aspect.